Racquetball Tim here, and we're back for video number 3 for game 1, David against Maria. David, I had one more thing to say about this serve that you just guessed on. It's actually more likely that she's going to hit a Z in this spot because I didn't realize it, but this was actually second serve. Her first serve was a fault. Her first serve was from this position, and then she hit a fault serve, was short, so she went over to here, which makes it way more likely that she's going to hit a Z serve, because a Z serve is just so much easier to hit and get in than a drive serve. So guessing would be just doubly bad in that situation, because it's more obvious that she's going to hit a Z. Okay, so in general, don't guess. Second serve, for sure don't guess, because in that spot, it's most likely going to be a safer serve. Good ceiling to the backhand, that's what we want. Keep her deep in the court, and you win the rally. Racquetball is a simple game sometimes. Hit it high and deep to their backhand, and you're going to win a lot of rallies. So we're doing the two-step drive serve. Whoops, that's a penalty hinder, but she took the shot anyway. Okay, so let's see what happened here. I did make a video of your drive serve, so make sure you watch that too. And you can see in the video here right now that you stepped to the left again. We want to get you stepping straight. You'll see it right now. So your rack gets up. Again, I mentioned in the other video too, don't crouch quite so much on your drive serve. I would have a little more relaxed position, because when you crouch like this, you actually come up. See how you come up? So you're down and then you come up. That's going to just eliminate the benefit of the crouch. So try to find a little more medium crouch, a little more medium height, so that you're not coming up. And there's that right foot stepping toward the left corner. That just blocks off your hips. I don't want to get too much in detail of that because I do have it on other videos of your swing. This contact point's a little too high, looks like. That's not too bad, it's a little too high. I would, stay lower. You're at full extension, which is good. And you dropped it too far back because this serve hit the sidewall and came out for a nice juicy setup. That's actually a penalty hinder. In racquetball, you have to allow your opponent a straight shot and a cross-court shot, and you kind of took away, well, kind of both. Yeah, she had a cross court. Yeah, you took away her straight shot, so that'd actually be a penalty hinder. I know at the lower levels nobody plays penalty hinders. I think everyone should. I think it makes you a better player. Don't get me started on penalty hinders. Okay, Maria's been serving pretty well. I think I'm zoomed in. I am. Okay, sorry about that. Good serve. Got to flick that to the ceiling. Oh, or you can do that. It's just really low percentage. It looks good and it feels good, but it's hard to replicate that. So I'm not a big proponent of shots like that, but you did it well, so who am I to talk? That's a great serve, David. Rack it up. So you had that set up again in the backcourt. Not set up, but a high shot. That time you chose to go ceiling, which is excellent, but we really got to practice those ceiling balls. We do not want to miss ceiling balls. And in this game, you've missed far too many ceiling balls. And also, you're hitting too many of them to her forehand. But we got to fix one thing at a time, right? I think your game's improved in so many different areas that I'm pretty much okay with you missing the ceiling balls right now. But we definitely want to focus on them and make them, your next progression. Having a good, consistent ceiling game. That was a good Z serve. Yeah, ill-advised shot there. Ball's just too high. Rack it up. You probably lost that in the glass. It looks like you're looking in a mirror sometimes on that left wall. It's like, where's the ball? Which one do I swing at? Long serve. So here comes the second serve. She moves over again to the left side. More likely this will be a Z serve. There it is. Rack it up. Oh, good job letting it drop. Let's take a look at those mechanics. This is a shot we've worked on a lot. So it's actually a serve I give you a lot, a setup I give you a lot during our practice sessions and our drills. I hit shots that come off the back wall, and I want you to turn, face the side wall with your racket up. So, where's the racket? It's down. Get that racket up. Ball's coming down. You're just not in the position to swing right now because your racket's so low. Last second, you bring it up. And yeah, it's a little high. Gotta let that ball drop. Shot selection, excellent. Down the line's pretty good there. You could even pinch that actually. Oh, another nice reverse pinch. That's your second one you hit on the backhand side. And it was the right shot. I mean, it's the right pinch. I think the right shot's probably down the line pass. It's much safer. But if you're going to pinch it, pinch to that side. Make sure to run the farthest distance when you miss it. That was just a very good shot right there. Going with the drive serve again. Yeah, it's too high. Came off the back. Rack it up. I think my middle name should be Rack It Up. I know I harp on it a lot. It's just such a valuable tool. Get that rack it up just gives you so many more options. Okay, so she missed her serve. Let's see where she serves from here. Hold your position. She went right back down the line. I like it. Rack it up. Yeah, that reverse pinch from that position, the ball's just too high. I would definitely go down the line. I think in general you're maybe pinching a little too much from that height. The ball's high, you gotta pass. Good serve. Ball disappeared on the back glass there. Looked like you were guessing a little bit too, which gets you out of position early, and then you have a lot of ground to make up. Hold your position on the serve. Good ceiling to the backhand. She ran around and hit her forehand. Yeah, giving her a setup in the middle of the court to her forehand's trouble. Big time trouble. Hello. There's that Z again. Nice ceiling. Keep it deep. Rack it up. I like the shot choice. That was not a setup. Now you got your setup. Another good reverse pinch. Wow. Let's see if this one was a little lower. Okay, the reason you won this rally is because you didn't get silly and try an offensive shot from this position. You recognize that this was a tough shot. You're out of position. You're jab stepping. You're not crossed over. Ball's too high. You're deep in the court. Every single reason in the world to hit a ceiling ball, which is exactly what you did. And you got a weak return. She tried some kind of offensive shot here. She tried an overhead, looks like, from above her head, which is difficult to do. You got to mix them in, though. You can't go ceiling every time. You got to mix in overheads. But she missed it, and now you have a setup. Your racket's up. She's out of position. Ball's a little still too high. It's better than before. I would probably just pass right down the line here. Just a simpler shot. You're going to skip it far fewer times than going for a reverse pinch. But you were owning that reverse pinch. Why not keep shooting it? You hit a few of them this game, so good stuff. Another high wallpaper. Against Maria, that's fine. She rarely cuts off serves. That's a great shot. Maria rarely cuts off serves. If you're playing someone who does step up and cut this off, which is what I would do, that ball is really juicy right there. So you hit the dotted line, so I would let it drop, and I would hit it right there. I'd be in position, I'd just short hop that ball and take it right down the line or cross court hard. Because you are out of position, which is why I teach people to cut serves off and not wait for them in the back corner. So if Maria had cut this off, look where you are, but she didn't cut it off, she waited for it, and now look where you are. You're behind the dotted line in good position. So that's just a lesson right there in cutting off serves. What I really wanted to say was mix up the height, speed, and angle of your wallpaper serve. Hit them low, hit them medium, hit them high. You want to mix up her feet. Just throw off her timing a little bit too. Let's take a look at this overhead. This one's a little better actually. I think you got behind this one. So earlier you had been late on these, and then your right foot was coming up. You were jumping. Racket's down. Get that racket up. Yeah, you're actually moving forward now. Perfect. Okay, you're moving forward. Your right foot's on the ground. And this is a much better offensive position. You're not backing up. Shot choice is perfect. If you're gonna hit an overhead, hit it away from him. Very good. You couldn't get to it. Well executed. One more rally. We'll move on to the next video. Actually, I think I'm going to finish this game because we only got a couple minutes left in the game. Let's see if I can squeeze it out a little bit longer on this this one. There's another reverse pinch. Beautiful. That's too long. It's going to come off the back. Good pass by Maria. Okay, let me show you something real quick here with this serve. Just for anybody watching too, if they're wondering why their serves are coming off the back, I'll show you where the bounce is. Okay, so it bounced 5 feet behind the dotted line. So that means it's going to come off the wall quite a bit, depending on the court, depending on the ball, depending on the temperature. But this will come off the back pretty much every time. I like to hit my serves to bounce right about there. It prevents my opponents from cutting the ball off. If they do cut it off, the ball has come down and has bounced up significantly where they have to contact it about this high, which is much better than having them cut off the shot that serve that bounces here and then being able to cut it off much lower. I want them to have to cut off the serve high. So your target, your aim, David, should be right about there, 1 to 2 feet in front of that dotted line, so that the ball bounces high here and then comes back high and deep and does not come off the back wall. That is the key. Keep your serves from coming off the back wall. When they come off the back wall, your opponent has tons of time. They get to move forward. Look at Maria. She's backed up, hands on the wall, perfect. She's moving forward, which is bad for you. Anytime your opponent's moving forward into their shot, they get more power, they get to manipulate the contact point, they in general hit better shots. And she hits it nice down the line, you got a weak return, and then she just has an easy put away with the pass there. That's her secret, now I know. Short. Should be a Z again, there's that Z. Yeah, that ceiling ball's been in trouble for you. Gotta take that ceiling up to her backhand side. Okay, so that's game 1. Thought you played well, David. We're going to go to game 2 after this and see if I can help you improve shot selection. I think is something you really got to work on there. I would pass a lot more. Ceiling balls, definitely something to work on. And then that crossover with your drive serve as well. You got to cross over and get that racket up so you can flick the ball back to the ceiling. All right, let's take a look at game 2 coming up next.